Hello to everyone and welcome back to Alex's Adventures in English. Let's get started. Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got another pronunciation training for you. We're going to focus on some of the trickiest words to pronounce in British English. So, without further ado, let's crack on. Do you struggle pronouncing this word, guys? I've actually made a shorts on this word. And we can listen to it right now, okay? How do you pronounce this word? Let's watch Luke Thompson pronounce it.
Q.
Q. Just like the letter Q. Okay, that's it. That's a short you can find on my YouTube channel. Right? That's a short you can find there. So, and as I said before, as I say on the video, the word Q is pronounced just like the letter Q. Right? You can see that on screen too. Just pronounced like the letter Q. Even though the word Q has all these vowel sounds, right? You don't pronounce them. You just say Q, just like the letter Q. Okay? And let's listen to Luke Thompson now for an example.
Number 27, the word queue. For example, sorry, are you in the queue?
Sorry, are you in the queue? Can you repeat after me? Sorry, are you in the queue? Sorry, are you in the queue? And before I forget, the email I've just shared with you, I mean, you can send me any questions you have about English to that email, right? That'd be great, and I can answer your questions on the channel, right? So don't you're welcome to send me all your questions to that email. That'd be great. Just there we go. Great. Perfect. Okay. Excellent. Let's continue. So that's the first word. Sorry, are you in the queue? That's the example, right? And the word is Q, just like the letter Q. Let's listen to the example once again.
Are you skipping the queue?
That's another example. That's another example, actually. Sorry, are you skipping the queue? Are you skipping the queue? Can you repeat after me? Sorry, are you skipping the queue? Sorry, are you skipping the queue? Can you repeat after me? And if you've got any questions, you can drop them in the chat or send them to Alex's Adventures in English at gmail.com. Okay? Great. So let's continue. That's the first word. Let's see if there's another example mentioned by Luke Thompson.
Sorry, the end of the queue's back there.
There's another example. Sorry, the end of the queue is back there. Sorry, the end of the queue is back there. Can you repeat after me? Sorry, the end of the queue is back there. Look at how he says the end, the end, the end. He connects both words. The end of one word to the beginning of the next one. The end. Sorry, the end of the queue is back there. Sorry, the end of the queue is back there.
End of the queue's back there. Sorry, the end of the queue's back there.
Sorry, the end of the queue is back there. And you'll see that he doesn't pronounce the final r at the end of there. He doesn't say there, but there. Sorry, the end of the queue is back there. Can you repeat after me? Sorry, the end of the queue is back there.
Yeah, we're all queuing up here. We're not just standing here.
We're all queuing up here. We're all queuing up here. Can you repeat that? We are all queuing up here. So in that case, we are all. He does pronounce the r there when he says we are all. We are all, doesn't he? He says we are all. We are all. Why? Because the thing is that we only pronounce that consonant sound, you know, the letter R. We only pronounce it. Okay, let me have a look at what other chats. There we go. I'm back. Okay. All right. No problem. No problem. So I'm glad to have you here again. I was telling you that before that. I was telling you that you can send me any questions you've got to the email I shared with you, alexsadventuresinenglish@gmail.com, and that I'm gonna be answering. I'm gonna answer your questions on the channel, right? Any doubts about English you may have. And I was sharing with you some examples with the word queue, the first word we are focusing on. So the example, let's focus on them again. The last example was.
Are you skipping the queue?
Well, that was the previous one. Are you skipping the queue? Skipping the queue? Are you skipping the queue?
Sorry, the end of the queue's back there.
Then we repeated after Luke, and we said, sorry, the end of the queue is back there. And we mentioned that Luke connects the end of the word the with the beginning of the word end, and so he says the end. And sorry, the end of the queue is back there. But he doesn't say there, right? Like in American English, but there. Sorry, the end of the queue is back there. Remember that in this accent, in standard Southern British English, you only pronounce the letter R, when at the end of a word if it's immediately followed by a vowel sound when that person pronounces that. So, for example, we saw that in the following example.
Yeah, we're all queuing up here. We're not just...
We're all queuing up here. We're all queuing up here. So in this case, I'm going to try and see if I can share my screen with you. Just bear with me. Okay, there we go. I hope you can see that. Yeah, I think you can see that on the horizontal live stream. Just let me go to the vertical. Just give me 1 second, please. Okay, there we go. Where is it? Just give me 1 second. I can't find the tablet. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. So this is the... Okay. It's a kind of blackboard or whiteboard I'm sharing with you. Okay, so when he says we're all queuing up here, we are all, right? We are all queuing up here. The thing is that you see this letter R in the spelling. So in this word, this is the contraction of the verb to be, right? This in British English in isolation is R. R. That's the way you pronounce it. You don't say R as in American English. This is R. That's a symbol to represent that sound. R. R. But the thing is that when it's the contraction, it's a schwa only. We're. But the thing is that in this sentence, there's a vowel sound right after it. Right? Which is not actually that one. That's the letter. The sound is this one. O. O. This long O sound. All. As in the word all. All. And what happens is that as there are two vowel sounds together, and in one there's a letter R in the spelling, right? In British English you'll find something called linking ra here. So it's a ra sound that appears to link, right? The end of one word with the beginning of the next one. So we get we're all queuing up here. We're all queuing up here. And we can listen to that again to double check what maybe you didn't hear before.
Just standing here. Yeah, we're all queuing up here. We're not just...
We're all
Yeah, we're all queuing up here.
We're all It's a very gentle ra sound. It's not ra ra ra. We're ra. No, not that one. But we're all queuing up here. We're all queuing up here. Okay. So, if you've got any doubts, any questions, you can drop them in the chat. Sorry. Hi, hello, Charlotte. Doing fine. And you? Charlotte on Twitch. Hello, Charlotte. Where are you watching me from? I've just seen your message. Okay, so... Oh no, dropped. Sorry. I'm gonna try and pick something up. Okay, managed. Got it. Okay, there we go. So, let's continue, and let's focus on... Let's keep focusing on... Now, this word, the word Q. As I wait for your messages in the chats. Because I'm on YouTube, I'm on Twitch too, and on Instagram, if I'm not mistaken. But let me check that chat too. Yes, I'm there too. All right. Yes. Okay. There we go. Let's continue. All right. See if there's another example.
Not just standing here.
We're not just standing here.
We're not just standing here.
We're not just standing here. Here. We're not just standing here. Okay, we're all queuing up here. We're not just standing here. Can you repeat after me? We're all queuing up here. We're not just standing here. Okay, let's continue with the next word. All right. That's perfect. Okie dokie. Great. Just give me 1 second, and there we go. It's just perfect. Perfect. Very good. So, the next word is this one. So, how do you pronounce this word? That's the question. And I'm going to give you 10 seconds to think about how you would pronounce it. And then I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you something. Show you a short I made on this word, on how to pronounce this word, which includes a hack. That is to say, a kind of trick that'll help you pronounce this word. Right, now let's see how to pronounce this word. Let's watch the short.
Most people
Sorry. Most people pronounce this word wrong. Do you? Watch and learn from Luke Thompson.
Hierarchy, hierarchy.
Hierarchy. 3 parts which rhyme with higher, ra, key. Follow for more tips. All right, there we go. So, yeah, that's the pronunciation of this word. That's hierarchy, hierarchy, and the hack here, the trick, is to pretend that the first syllable, the first part, is higher, higher. Oh, sorry about the... Let me try and see if I can hide this. Okay. So the first part would be pronounced just like the... There we go. Okay, perfect. Great. Sorry. So that's the first part would be this one. Higher, and that'll be pronounced just like when you say higher, higher, meaning hello, right? Or the word that higher, this one, higher, right? So that'll be the first part. The second part would be pronounced just like the name of this Egyptian god, right? Ra, Ra. And why is the letter R in red in the word? The thing is that that's not pronounced in this accent in standard Southern British English. You know, you don't say rar, hierarchy, hierarchy. You don't say that, but hierarchy, hierarchy. And the last part, the last syllable, is pronounced just like the word key, key. Maybe the E is not that long as in key, but it's quite similar, you know. Maybe it's a bit shorter, the pronunciation of that E sound at the end of the word hierarchy. Hierarchy. Okay, so if you've got any questions, you can drop them in the chat below. All right, there's I can give you an example with hierarchy. Let me give you an example. And to do that, I'm going to share my screen with you. I'm going to share window, actually, not the whole screen. That's not the one. Do you know the website YouGlish? Well, this is it. This is YouGlish. And it contains a huge collection of videos taken from YouTube. So you can go there and check out real examples of words used in context, you know. So let me share that with you here too. Okay, very good. Let's have a look at some examples of the word hierarchy in British English. And just so you know, you can in the settings, you can check examples from the UK, the US, Australian English too, and other accents as well. So let's focus on... Okay. So working through a hierarchy of steps with pitch. Okay, what I usually do is to record the screen. Like I'm going to show you what I usually do. I'm going to record the screen for a few seconds. Okay, that's something I usually do. And why am I showing you this? The thing is that this is how I create my content. How I usually create my content. So now I can go here to the PowerPoint presentation I'm sharing with you, and I can insert that clip. So let me try and do that as fast as possible. But the great thing is that once I'm able to do that, we'll be able to analyze the example we'll be able to better analyze it, to analyze it better. Okay, so that's the example we wanted. And let's listen to it now. Just let me go to... Okay, let's listen to it.
Producing words, producing phrases, and into conversation. So working through a hierarchy of steps with pitch.
Okay, so working through a hierarchy
of steps with pitch.
All right, so working through a hierarchy of steps with pitch. That's it. That's it. That's the example.
Working through a hierarchy of...
I'm gonna copy it and paste it. There we go. Let's listen to it and repeat after her.
Producing words, producing phrases, and into conversation. So working through a hierarchy of steps with pitch. The next thing...
Again.
Producing words, producing phrases, and into conversation. So working through a hierarchy of steps with pitch.
Working through a hierarchy of steps with pitch. Can you repeat that? All right, you let me know in the chats. All right. Hello, Charlotte. From the US. Virginia. Excellent. No worries, no problem. Welcome to this live stream. I'm glad to have you here. Just give me 1 second. I've got many. That's all right. Thanks to you. Thanks to you. Thank you very much for being here. And yeah, so that was the example we analyzed from YouGlish. And now we can focus on the next word. Yeah, of course. I don't mind you asking. Of course, of course. I'm from Argentina. Maybe you thought something. Maybe you thought that I was from somewhere else. Or maybe you thought that I was from Argentina. But yeah, I'm from Argentina. Buenos Aires. And guys, don't forget to follow me on YouTube. Right? If you want more content like this, it'll be great. It'll be great if you can support me on YouTube. And okay, so I'm gonna continue with the next word. And the next word is, just give me 1 second. There we go. Perfect. Just give me 1 second. Right, this is the next word, which is hierarchy is a noun, isn't it? It's a noun. But this is the adjective derived from the noun hierarchy. So let's listen to it. First off, do you know how to pronounce this word? Maybe you do, but let's check how it's pronounced in these accents.
I need to be less hierarchical. I need to be less hierarchical. I need to be less hierarchical.
Right.
I need to be less hierarchical. I need to be less hierarchical.
Just let me try and see if I can do something with this. No, I don't think I can. But anyway.
I need to be less hierarchical.
I need to be less hierarchical. Hierarchical.
I need to be less hierarchical.
Sometimes it happens that in this accent, these triphthongs, you know, 3 sounds made out of 3 vowel sounds, like as in fire, the vowel in the middle, the I in the middle, gets dropped, and you may hear something like hierarchical, hierarchical, hierarchical.
I need to be less hierarchical.
Rather than higher, yeah, higher, but hierarchical, yeah. So
I need to be less hierarchical.
Hierarchical, it seems she says, rather than hierarchical. But anyway, the fact that the second syllable bears the main stress, that doesn't change. So you say hierarchical. And as you can see here in the transcription, I took from the online Cambridge Dictionary. This word has two stresses. A primary stress on ra and a secondary stress on the first syllable, hierarchical. Let me go to. Thank you, Charlotte. I'm glad you're here. And is this the first time you see me on this channel? Have you just found me on the internet? Go to. Let me have a look at the other chats, just in case. So tell us a bit about your accent, Charlotte. And yeah, maybe you can tell us a bit more about you. And yeah, your accent. What about your accent? How do you speak? How would you pronounce this word? How is it pronounced over there where you live? Will you say hierarchical, pronouncing the ra both times? Hierarchical? Or you wouldn't pronounce the second ra? Okay, and as I wait for your answer, let's have a look at the video once again. Let's check out the example.
And need to be less hierarchical.
So repeat after me, guys. I need to be less hierarchical. I need to be less hierarchical. Remember that this is an adjective. And the noun is hierarchy. Hierarchy. Okay, let's move on to the next word. And this is a very interesting word, both in British English and American English. So we can have some fun with it. And yeah, and I think that I can share with you the American pronunciation too, if you bear with me. Which means if you're a bit patient. I think I've got it somewhere around here. I think so. Let me try and see if this is from.
You love building your vocabulary. You love.
Not that one. No. I thought that was it. No. Anyway, never mind. Let's focus on how this word is pronounced in standard Southern British English first. And later on we can focus on the American pronunciation or the standard American pronunciation, and maybe Charlotte, you can share with us. Oh, sorry about that. Charlotte. There was something automatic. sorry if you're seeing that in the chat. Yeah, it's just an automatic message letting everyone know that you can support me at Ko-Fi with buy me a coffee. Yeah, but never mind. Yeah, it was to support this channel. Okay, so going back to, but yeah, if you can support the channel, buy me a coffee, a cup of coffee, that'll be great. You'll be really helping me creating more content like this. Okay, so let's continue. I was telling you that, yeah, how do you pronounce this word? I'm going to give you 10 seconds, right? And then I'm going to share with you a short video I made on this word, okay? So let's have a look at that. All right. So let me share my short with you. Okay, let's see if we can see this. No, doesn't look good. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's a kind of hack, kind of, table trick you can use to pronounce this word in this accent, of course. Comfortable. Comfortable. That's how it sounds. Comfortable. This is not the phonemic transcription. Oh, you've got, yeah, so this would be the phonemic transcription. Comfortable. 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 That's the way you pronounce this word in this accent. But, and I can share you an example, right? Let me share with you an example. This example was taken from the video game, from the game Hogwarts Legacy for the PS5. Oh, sorry. I don't think you were able to hear the previous short, right? Because my desktop audio wasn't activated. So let me play that again for you. Sorry. How do you pronounce this word?
Comfortable.
Comfortable. Pretend it's spelled like this. 3 syllables. Comfortable.
Comfortable.
Okay, now you were able to hear it, right? Sorry about that. Yeah. My bad. Now I can share with you the example taken from Harry Potter. Sorry, from this Harry Potter game, this Hogwarts Legacy.
Let's see if we can't make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable, shall we?
Okay. Let's listen to that again. Let's watch it again.
Let's see if we can't make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable, shall we?
Comfortable. Comfortable.
Let's see if we can't make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable. Shall we?
So,
More comfortable.
again.
More comfortable. Shall
More comfortable. More comfortable. Comfortable. It's not comfortable, even though you see in the spelling 4 syllables. Comfortable, but it's pronounced comfortable as 3 syllables. In this accent, of course. If you want, we can check out how it's pronounced in American English.
Of life, and it's not a genuine or comfortable or
Comfortable, 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 comfortable. Let's listen to
because I always felt completely comfortable designing.
comfortable.
And then they always feel comfortable articulating.
Comfortable, 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 comfortable. Let's listen to another example.
That drill was to make you comfortable being
Comfortable, comfortable. Yeah,
And that you can just wait and make yourself comfortable until
comfortable, comfortable. Yeah, it's a bit tricky to pronounce that word in American English. To me, it's simpler. I mean, in my case, it's simpler in standard Southern British English or RP, received pronunciation, where you just say
Let's see if we can't make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable.
comfortable, comfortable. But I'm not sure about you guys. What do you think? You can let me know in the chat what you think about the pronunciation of this word. I'm going to check the chats, just to see your opinions. But yeah. So, comfortable, that's in this accent in standard Southern British English. Comfortable. Can you repeat after me? Comfortable. Comfortable. And we can listen to the example once again.
Shall we? Let's see if we can't make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable, shall we?
Let's see if we can make
Let's see if we can't make our
fibrous friends a bit more comfortable, shall we?
fibrous friends a bit more comfortable.
A bit more comfortable. A bit more comfortable.
Shall we? Let's see if we can't make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable, shall we?
Yeah, so
Let's see if we can't make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable, shall we?
yeah. Let's see if we can't make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable, shall we? Shall we? Yeah, can you repeat? Let's see if we can make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable, shall we? Yeah, that's the example with comfortable from the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Okay, let's move on to the next word. Okay, how do you pronounce this word? Let me give you 10 seconds. All right, let's watch this clip from the video game Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2.
There's something here to do with Ravenclaw, hid in the castle.
Okay, and here you can see the example written down. What he says written down. There's something here to do with Ravenclaw, hidden in the castle. Castle. That's in British English. Because in American English, in general, you will hear something different, right? What do you think?
back. You want that cat?
His
Sorry.
enormous castle is
Castle.
A quaint town called Udenburg, meaning Jew's castle. You can't blame a town for its historical name.
Castle.
But
ebook. Amazon still reigns as king of the distribution castle in North America.
Castle. The thing is that, let me see if I can share with you the entry, the dictionary entry from the online Cambridge Dictionary. So there's a difference in terms of the first vowel sound you find in standard Southern British English and general American, the standard variety of American English, which is not spoken everywhere, of course. But let me see if I can share these with you. Just bear with me. In a second, you'll see that on screen. You'll see the image of the word castle, of how this word is pronounced. Okay, sorry. Oops. Okay, that's for the horizontal stream, live stream. And now let me take care of the vertical live stream. Just a sec. So adding image. Castle is the image. Perfect. You'll see that at the bottom of the page. Okay, that's castle. As you can see, the initial vowel sound in the word is different. In the UK, in this accent, standard Southern British English, or RP, received pronunciation in those accents. The first vowel sound is this long R sound that you'll hear in words like car. But in American English, the vowel sound is different. And we can listen to that. Let me go to the dictionary. This is UK.
Castle.
Castle. American. US.
Castle.
Castle. Castle.
Castle. Castle.
Castle. What do you think, guys? What do you think, Charlotte? Do you say castle?
Castle.
Castle. And yeah, very good. Very good. Excellent. That's castle. Castle in standard Southern British English, or RP, received pronunciation. Let's continue with the examples I've prepared for you. So the first example, we can listen to it again. We can watch it again.
There's something here to do with Ravenclaw, hid in the castle.
Castle. And let's watch this clip from the same game, but the speaker is Hermione Granger, right? Hermione Granger.
The castle is being attacked.
The castle is being attacked. Can you repeat? Let's repeat after her.
The castle is being attacked.
The castle is being attacked. The castle is being attacked.
The castle is being attacked. The castle is being attacked.
The castle is being attacked.
The castle is being attacked.
Let's try and shadow her. Let's try and shadow her, which means say the words right when at the same time she says them, you know. So that'll be something like this.
The castle,
is being attacked.
The
The castle is being attacked. Now you can do that on your own. 1, 2, 3.
The castle is being attacked.
Again. 1, 2, 3.
The castle is being attacked.
Very good. Excellent. Right? So, castle. Castle. You don't pronounce the T. Right? You don't pronounce the E at the end. You just say castle. Castle. The castle is being attacked. Right? The castle is being attacked. Perfect. Okay, yeah. Before I forget, I've got a short to share with you. This is from my YouTube channel. And let's watch these shorts on the word castle, on how to pronounce it. One, two, three. And
There's something here to do with Ravenclaw, hidden in the castle.
Castle. Let me fix this word for you. Avada Kedavra! There you go. Now we can repeat after Harry Potter.
Castle.
Castle.
there we go. That's me casting Avada Kedavra. Yeah, Avada Kedavra. There we go. Avada Kedavra. The forbidden spell, right? The forbidden spell. And we can watch it again. Yeah, let's watch it again.
There's something here to do with Ravenclaw, hidden in the castle.
Castle. Let me fix this word for you. Avada Kedavra! There you go. Now we can repeat after Harry Potter.
Castle.
Castle.
Yep, so the thing is that the T there is not pronounced, so I decided to, do something about it. And anyway, just having some fun. And yeah, you can find that short on my YouTube channel, and more content like that one. More shorts. Yeah, more content like that one. More content like that. So yeah, you can. Yeah, let me take this opportunity to tell you that that if you're enjoying this kind of content, you can follow me on YouTube. I'm also on Twitch. And just give me 1 second. There we go. Yeah. So at Alex Adventures in English. That's Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And Twitch, it's at Alex _in_English. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. Okay, sorry about that. Oh. Sorry, I'm a bit uncomfortable here, to be honest with you. Yeah, so underscore, as I told you before. Yes, so remember this character on a computer keyboard, you know, used to draw a line under a letter or word. So yeah, so at Alex underscore in underscore English. That's on Twitch. Alright guys, that's enough. Let's continue. Let me get rid of castle. And we can continue with the next word. And of course, you can share with me the words you find difficult to pronounce in this accent or in another English accent you want to speak with. You know, we can explore everything here, anything. And all right, let's continue. Next word. That's this word. Let me give you 10 seconds to think about how to pronounce it. Even though it's, I mean, how to pronounce it is on the screen. But anyway. Yeah, we can watch the first clip. I've got 2 clips prepared for you. Again. The Sword of Gryffindor is my price. The Sword of Gryffindor is my price. Sword. Yeah, that's sword. It's not sword in this accent. Not, you don't pronounce the r sound. But it's not sword in in any accent, in any English accent, as far as I know. So you will say, in American English, you'll hear something like sword, sword. But in this accent, we are focusing on right now, Southern Standard British English. That'll be sword, sword, right? Sword. This long O sound without pronouncing the W. You don't say sword, but sword, sword. And let's watch this example again and repeat after the goblin. I think it's called a goblin in the story. This is again from not Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, but Part 1, the video game. Yeah. The Sword of Gryffindor is my price. Yeah. Let's have a look at the second example. But let me play it once again for you so that you can repeat after him. The Sword of Gryffindor is my price. Anyway, guys, do you have any questions? Okay, let's continue. Let's continue with the next example from the same game. the sword, the sword, right? The sword. Again, the sword, not the sword, but the sword, and not the sword, but sword, the sword. Great. Let's continue. We've got another example. This clip has been taken from Hogwarts Legacy. Would you like us to listen to watch the clip? First, let's do that, shall we?
If she sees us flying about, she might take it as a sign of aggression or food.
Again.
If she sees us flying about, she might take it as a sign of aggression or food.
All right, that's sign, 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 not sign, but sign, sign, without pronouncing this letter. You don't pronounce that letter, that sound. You don't say sign, but sign, sign. And the example sentence is... Sorry, let me give that another go.
If she sees us flying about, she might take it as a sign of aggression or food.
So if she sees us flying about, she might take it as a sign of aggression, as a sign of aggression, or food. As a sign of aggression or food. If she sees us flying about.
If she sees us flying about, she might.
If she sees us flying about. Can you repeat after me?
About, she might take it as.
Again.
If she sees us flying about.
If she sees us flying about. If she sees us flying about. If she sees us flying about.
Flying about, she might take it as a sign of aggression.
She might take it as a sign of aggression. She might take it as a sign of aggression. Can you repeat after me? She might take it. She might take it. She might take it as a sign of aggression. As a sign of aggression. Or food. Or food. Very good. Excellent. Very good. If you've got other questions, any questions, you can drop them in the chat below. Don't forget. All right, let's continue. Let's continue with the next word. I'll give you 10 seconds to think about how to pronounce this word. So, let's watch the first clip, okay? This is from Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, the video game. Again. It answers to me. It answers to me. Answered in this case is a verb. It answers to me. It's not answer. Not answer. The wa, this letter, the W here, or the sound w, is not pronounced. It's silent. So you say, it answers to me. It answers to me. That's in this accent. But in American English, the pronunciation is a bit different. I can share with you an example if you want to. Just give me 1 second. I can share an example from... We can go to YouGlish, where we can find some authentic examples. Right? Let's give that a go, shall we? So just give me 1 second. Bear with me. Okay. Now let me go to YouGlish to find a good example. So this is American English. Let's pick another. That one. I liked that one. Sorry. Let's the answer. The answer. The answer. The answer. The answer. That sounded more like answer, but... And the answer... Answer. Answer. You might hear answer or answer. Usually. I'm sure there are other variations, but answer and answer. The answer to that question, the answer. So that's in American English. What about in the UK? Answers. One of the answers. The answer. The answer. The answer with this long R sound. The answer. Answer. The answer. The answer. Without pronouncing the final R, because there's no vowel sound right after it, right after that final sound in the word. So we say, she says, the answer, and we can listen to that again. We don't actually know the answer, and you notice there that she says the answer, because right after the word the comes a word beginning with a vowel sound R, and so the definite article the is pronounced as the answer, which Oh, sorry. I guess that you weren't able to listen to her when I shared with you the examples, right? Because I forgot to activate my desktop audio. You know, I usually get, so confused with so many things I'm doing here with two monitors, too many things. Too many things. So let me start again that part. Let me relax a bit. This is like too much for me. All right, sorry about that. Let me go back to the American English examples then.
And she always had a facetious answer for her facetious question.
The answer.
The answer. There we go. The answer.
Or is the immediacy with which the answer is available.
The answer. The answer. That's in American English. Let's go now to the UK.
But, rather annoyingly, the answer brought with...
The answer. The answer.
No, the answer.
The answer. The answer. And I was telling you before, what I was telling you before is that as the word the definite article the, is followed immediately by a word beginning with a vowel sound, r, in the word answer, the definite article is pronounced as the answer, right, which happens to the definite article when right after it comes a vowel sound, but when it comes a consonant right after the definite article, the situation changes a bit, because you will say, for example,
this paper is called Data for the Problem of Evolution in Man.
The problem is...
Okay. The problem is, because right after the word the comes a word beginning with a consonant sound, p, in the word problem. The problem is. So the definite article, this one, the definite article is pronounced, this one, you can see that on screen now. That's the definite article, that's the name for that word in English grammar. The definite article is pronounced as the, with a schwa. I've just published a short video on this on YouTube. You can go and check that out. Which offers a clear explanation on this topic. Okay. So I'd like to know if you're there now. Who's there? Yeah, so let's continue, guys. Let's continue. And I'd like to know if you've got any questions. You can drop them in the chat below. All right, let's continue with the next word, shall we? Let's get rid of YouGlish on screen. First off. And we can move on to Yeah, but before moving to the next word, let's focus on the next example with the word answer. From, I think this is the Half-Blood Prince. You know, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. This scene was taken from that game. My answer has not changed. So my answer, right? My answer. In this case, answer is a noun. Right? That's why he says my answer. But in the previous example, it's a verb. It answers to me. And as the subject is in the third person singular, it, and the sentence is in the present tense, we add an S to the verb answer. And so he says, it answers to me. It answers to me. Very good. Now we can move on to the next word, which is this one. Yeah, which is this one? Let me give you 10 seconds to think about how to pronounce this word and to ask any questions you'd like in the chat. All right, that was it. So, great. So we've got the... What about this word? Shall we listen to Luke? Luke Thompson from Luke's English podcast. Let's do that, shall we? Let's do that, shall we? I'm sorry, the sound wasn't... yeah, I bet you couldn't hear that. Let's start again.
And the best thing I could get was in my local supermarket was a chocolate Father Christmas, a chocolate Santa. It's a...
Yeah, and just in case you weren't able to hear
anything that was good enough. And the best thing I could get...
All right. Just in case you couldn't hear the previous example, because I'm not sure if I remember to activate the desktop audio. I usually forget to do that, guys. Let's hear that once more.
I've told you, Harry, I trust Severus. My answer has not changed.
Okay, there was my answer has not changed. My answer. Yeah, now let's go back to the next word. Just in case. So we can listen to the example once again.
And the best thing I could get was in my local supermarket was a chocolate Father Christmas, a chocolate Santa. It's a
chocolate. So, a chocolate bar, right? That's a chocolate bar, not a chocolate, but chocolate, a chocolate.
It was a chocolate Father Christmas, a chocolate Santa. It's a chocolate Santa wrapped up in shiny sort of
chocolate.
shiny tin foil or aluminium.
And an example I can share with you, another example would be, would you like a piece of chocolate? Would you like a piece of chocolate? Can you repeat after me? Would you like a piece of chocolate? 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 Would you like a piece of chocolate?
Was in my, and the best thing I could get was in my local supermarket was a chocolate Father Christmas.
So, and the best thing I could get was, and the best thing I could get was, and the best thing I could get was, I think he says, a father. Let me listen to that again.
Was a chocolate Father Christmas.
A chocolate Father Christmas. A chocolate Father Christmas. So here we've got chocolate father, father, father. It's father, not father, father as in American English, but father, 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 father. Yeah, father. Can you repeat after me? Father, father. A chocolate Father Christmas. Christmas. That's Christmas. Christmas. A chocolate Father Christmas. Now you say it. The best thing I could get was a chocolate Father Christmas.
And the best thing I could get was,
and the best thing I could get, and the best thing I could get, and the best thing I could get, I could in the past. The best thing I could get, I could get, and the best thing I could get was a chocolate Father Christmas. Christmas. Christmas.
Was in my local supermarket was a chocolate Father Christmas, a chocolate Santa.
A chocolate Santa. Yeah, a chocolate. Just let me. Yeah, you will say Santa, 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 Santa Claus, Santa Claus,
Santa Claus, Santa Claus,
Santa Claus. Right, that's Santa Claus, Santa Claus, Santa Claus. Can you repeat after me? Santa Claus, Santa Claus. All right. In a few minutes, I'm going to have a 5-minute break. Just in a few minutes. Just, in a few minutes. And just a 5-minute break, guys. And after that, I'll be back. We'll be back after that. Very small break. Maybe less than 5 minutes. Just so you know. Okay? Sorry about that. I forgot I should have turned off my mic because I was, drinking this cup of tea. Anyway, we should move on to the next word, right? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Jamel, is it? How do I pronounce is that your name? Jamel? I'm sorry if it took me like 10 minutes to get back to you. The thing is that I'm not paying attention to the chats all the time, you know. And when I say chats, I mean it. I've got like 4 chats. But where are you watching me from, Jamel? Don't forget to, if you're enjoying this live stream, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so that you get a notification when I'm live. You know, when I'm live. Yeah. Next time I'm live, you'll get a notification. That's what I meant to say. And you'll get notification for, you know, if I publish a video, like for example, yesterday I published a video on explaining explaining when to pronounce the definite article, you know, the, how to pronounce it in 2 ways, or let me put this better. Let me express this better. I explained there 2 ways of pronouncing this word, the definite article in English, the, you know, the. The. Anyway, so, and guys, you can go and, if you want more content like this, you can go to www.alexadventuresinenglish.com, which is my website, where you'll find much more content. And yeah, so let's continue with the next word. Let me give you 10 seconds for you to think how to pronounce it. You can say it out loud. All right. Are you ready? Let's watch this short clip from English with Lucy. Maybe you know her. She's very famous, isn't she?
Vegetable.
Okay, let's give that another go.
Vegetable.
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 Vegetable. Vegetable.
Vegetable. Vegetable. It's not vegetable, but vegetable. Vegetable. 3 syllables only. Vegetable.
Vegetable.
Vegetable. And if you want to, I can share more examples from YouGlish so that you can practice using this word in context. Sorry about that. Okay, just give me 1 second. I can share my screen, YouGlish on screen, so that you can see the videos where these examples belong to, or where these, yeah, there you go. So that's YouGlish on screen. Okay, so that's YouGlish on screen. And now let's have a look at some examples.
Mass sources like vegetable fats.
Vegetable fats, like vegetables, vegetable fats.
Rebecca. I mean, I'm a very keen vegetable grower, so we'll be having.
I'm a very keen vegetable grower. I'm a very keen vegetable grower. Vegetable grower. Vegetable grower. So vegetable, vegetable, vegetable. Only 3 syllables. And this word reminds me a lot of the pronunciation of another word, comfortable, you know, because both in writing, in spelling, you see 4 syllables. Right? So you say you see 4 syllables in writing, don't you? But you don't say vegetable, and you don't say comfortable. You say comfortable, comfortable. This word, just in case you've just joined this live stream, and we discussed this at the very beginning. So this is comfortable, comfortable, 3 syllables. Comfortable. And the same applies to this word, vegetable. It's not vegetable, but imagine you do this, vegetable. And with comfortable, you do this, comfortable. So you'll see that both words ends up being pronounced similarly. Vegetable, comfortable. They actually rhyme, if you think about it. The only difference being the first syllable, veg and comf. But then you got the last 2 syllables are the same, tabul, tabul, in both cases. But let's listen to it again.
Vegetable.
Vegetable. Vegetable. And we can go to YouGlish if you want to.
There's a bit of debate on this, whether it's a fruit or a vegetable.
Okay, so this is the example. This is the example I was showing to you on screen, actually.
And 17. There's a bit of debate on this, whether it's a fruit or a vegetable.
So, yeah, that's the one.
And 17.
We can do this.
There's a bit of...
There is a bit of... There is
watermelon. And 17. There's a bit of debate on...
Oh, she says something that's not written down. There's a bit of debates. There's a bit of debates. A bit of debates. There's a bit of debates. There's a bit of debates on...
this, whether it's a fruit or a vegetable. And 17. There's a bit of debate on this, whether it's a fruit or a vegetable.
Right. There's a bit of debates
And 17. There's a bit of debate on this, whether it's a fruit or a vegetable.
Right. There's a bit of debate on this, whether it's a fruit or a vegetable. Whether it's a fruit or a vegetable. Whether it's a fruit or a vegetable. So yeah, that's better. There you can, I think that now you can see the example on screen is clearer for you. There you go. Sorry about that. There's a bit of debates.
And 17. There's a bit of debate on this, whether it's a fruit or a vegetable.
There's a bit of debate on this, whether it's a fruit or a vegetable. Whether is a fruit or a vegetable. Yeah, and that's another word.
And 17. There's a bit of
this word, the one F-R-U-I-T. That's fruits. Fruits. It's not pronounced fruit, but fruits. Okay? Shall we listen to... Shall we watch the clip once again?
Debate on this, whether it's a fruit or a vegetable.
Whether it's a fruit or a vegetable. Whether it's a fruit or a vegetable. And she says, whether is. So you can hear that there, whether is. And I hope you don't get tired of this explanation. But the thing is that whether, that word in the dictionary, in this accent, is pronounced like that. Whether. Actually, I can show you the pronunciation right now. Weather. But in American English, in the US, weather. They do pronounce the r at the end, right? So bear this in mind. But if we listen to her, she says, weather is, and we can do this. Weather is. Did you notice that? Weather is. So that's called, right there, that's a linking. That's linking ra, right? The linking ra. Why linking? Because it's in the spelling. It is in the spelling, right? And because the sound right after it is a vowel sound, and this is connected speech, right? She's connecting words, connecting sounds. So she says, whether is. She produces this very gentle r sound. That's linking ra, the linking ra. So whether is a fruit or a vegetable. Whether is. But remember that in isolation, or maybe right before a consonant sound or silence, in British English, in standard Southern British English, or received pronunciation, or even modern RP, which is the same as Southern Standard British English, the final ra is not pronounced. Remember, in isolation or right before a consonant sound. So in isolation, That is to say, followed by a pause, you know, or right before a consonant sound. Like, for example, whether, I don't know, whether the weather, I don't know whether the weather is going to be fine. You know, I don't know whether the weather, whether the weather. Yeah, what am I saying there? Whether the weather. And the thing is that this word weather is this is a conjunction, this is a connector. It means if, you know, debates on this, you know, if is a fruit, if, but in this case, yeah, it's not the best replacement for this, but I don't know if the weather is going to be fine, right? If the weather is going to be fine, there weather can be replaced by if. But the other word that I pronounced was weather, which is pronounced just like that, but it's spelled differently. Sorry about that. There we go. Weather. So in this case, we've got the word weather. And this refers to, you know, the conditions in the air above the earth, such as wind, rain, or temperature. You know, and we can talk about bad weather, good weather. So what I'm trying to say here is that this word, weather, is a homophone of the other word, the connector, weather. So homophone, that's you've got two words pronounced the same, but they mean which mean something different. Look at this. Homophone, a word that sounds the same as another word, but has a different meaning or a different spelling and meaning. For example, the words see and see are homophones, right? They are homophones. Yeah, so same pronunciation, different spelling and meaning, you know. And just to make sure you get what I've just said, I'm going to write it down on... Oh, sorry. Hello there. Hi. Sorry, I got carried away by my explanation on weather. Hello. Where are you watching me from? I'm gonna... Where are you watching me from? 571 TV. What's your name? What shall I call you? And, okay, let me have a look at the other chats. Right, there we go. So, hello. Where are you watching me from, guys? And let's continue then. What I wanted to show you was I wanted to write down the words weather and weather on screen so that you get a better idea of what I was talking about. So you get... Let me share my... my kind of blackboard with you. Just, okay, there we go. That's on the horizontal stream. And now let me go to the vertical stream, guys. Yep. There we go. Sorry about this. There we go. Excellent. Let me clean this. And the words are, on the one hand, we've got, sorry about that, weather. That's on the one hand. On the one hand, we've got weather. So this is, you know, conditions, bad weather, good weather, you know. This refers to climate. And the other is weather. And the main difference would be this letter in terms of spelling, right? But in terms of meaning, this can be replaced by if, and this refers to climate, right? So this is a connector. A connector, a conjunction, but this is a noun, right? A noun. But both are pronounced the same. You say weather, weather, right? So these are homophones. In English, two words with the same pronunciation, but different spelling and meaning. And other examples I can mention to you without extending myself too much on this. I can mention to you these two examples. For example, sun, meaning the star, and son, you know, as in, you know, my son, I'm the father, he's my son, right? And these are pronounced the same. And the other examples mentioned by the dictionary were sea, if you're at sea, you know, water, and sea. This has to do with sight. You know, seeing something with your own eyes, for example. Okay, that's enough of that. Except, of course, you want me to explain, to keep on explaining this a bit more. Okie dokie. Let me get rid of these things on screen. So that's the... Okay, there we go. So, YouGlish. Off you go, YouGlish. Very good. So that was vegetable. Vegetable. Remember, repeat after me. Vegetable. Vegetable. Just a second to check the chats, just in case you're there. You've sent me a message. Okay, let's continue with the next word. All right, so this word, this is the word, the picture helps you. Do you know these animals? So how do you pronounce this word? Let me give you 10 seconds. All right, let's listen to Luke Thompson from Luke's English podcast.
Here's number 2, a squirrel. A squirrel.
A squirrel. A squirrel. A squirrel. Right? Can you repeat? A squirrel. Squirrel. Right? That's squirrel. That's in British English.
Okay, one of those lovely little cute animals that you might see in the park. A squirrel.
A squirrel. A squirrel.
And the sentence is, I saw 3 squirrels in the park today.
Oh, that was, I saw 3 squirrels in the park today. Can you repeat? I saw 3 squirrels in the park today. I saw 3 squirrels in the park today. Oh, let me do this. I saw 3 squirrels in the park today. Park. Park. You don't say park, but park in this accent. Park today. Park today. I saw 3 squirrels in the park today. Can you say that? I saw 3 squirrels in the park today. How was it? You can let me know in the chat. I'm just checking the chats. Great. So let me show you a short I made on this word. This short is from my YouTube channel. So you can, if you want to see this again, you can go subscribe to my channel and go and watch it there. All right? Let me show it to you.
How do you pronounce this word?
Squirrel. Squirrel.
Squirrel. Squirrel. Just pretend it's spelled like this. Squirrel.
Squirrel.
Oh, sorry, let me say that again. I was muted. Sorry. Let me start again. Let's watch the short again.
How do you pronounce this word?
Squirrel. Squirrel.
Squirrel. Squirrel. Just pretend it's spelled like this. Squirrel.
Squirrel.
Okay, now let me try and repeat what I said before. That's a short... that's a kind of hack, a kind of trick I offer you on that short, which can be found on YouTube. So you can go subscribe to my YouTube channel and watch it there if you want to watch it again. Or you can watch this live stream again. That's a better option, I think. So, yeah, squirrel. And there's something else. This is something I said before. There's something else interesting about this word, I think, which is the American English pronunciation, which is something we can check right now. But you can see that on screen anyway. Can you see that the symbols are different from when it says, where it says UK and US, all right? So we can check that pronunciation right now. Let's go to the dictionary. Let's check the American English pronunciation.
Squirrel.
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 Squirrel. Squirrel. Squirrel.
Squirrel. Yeah, that sound, that symbol there is a kind of sound. Squirrel. Squirrel.
Squirrel.
Maybe we could go to YouGlish. Sorry, let me just check something here on YouGlish. Squirrel.
Between the scales. And there's not much yummy.
Oh, sorry about that. The speed was changed. Had been changed, I forgot.
Near to a squirrel than pine.
Squirrel.
This squirrel believes in
squirrel. Squirrel.
The squirrel population will also stay low. And then, during so-called mast years, those few squirrels can...
Squirrels. Squirrels.
No dice, squirrel man!
Squirrel. Squirrel. Yeah, that's in American English. Squirrel. Squirrel. Yes, squirrel. There you go. Okay, let's go back to the example. Can you repeat after me? I saw 3 squirrels in the park today. I saw 3 squirrels in the park today. I saw 3 squirrels in the park today. Yep, squirrels, squirrels in the park today. Very good. Let's move on to the next word. Okay, we've got more words to go. I wondered if you've got any questions to drop in the chat. Or I wonder whether you've dropped some questions in the chat. Remember that word whether, which means if. All right, let's continue. This is, let me give you 10 seconds. So think about how to pronounce this word in this accent in British English, in Southern Standard British English. Okay, now let's listen to Luke Thompson, shall we? Usually when you say let's do something, the question tag at the end is shall we? Shall we? Right?
Kernel. Kernel.
Kernel. Kernel. That's kernel. As in, for example, let me give you an example. As in bird. Bird. The vowel sound, I mean. Bird. Kernel. Kernel.
A colonel is a senior officer in an army. It's like a...
So it's a senior officer in an army. It's a senior officer It's a senior officer in an army. That's his definition. Luke's definition. It's a senior officer in an army. You can repeat that. A colonel is a senior officer in an army. And maybe if you want to, I can write it down for you on screen, just in case you don't know what I'm saying. So, senior. Sorry. There you go. So let me move the countdown. Yeah, that's better. That is better. Sorry. There you go. A colonel. A colonel is a senior officer in an army.
Colonel. Colonel. A colonel is a senior officer in an army. It's like a position in the army, a senior position. Colonel. And it looks like colonel, actually pronounced colonel. For example, colonel.
Sorry, again, I did it again. I was saying to you that what he says is that the word looks like colonel. It's written colonel, and it seems to be pronounced something like colonel or colonel, but actually it's pronounced as colonel, colonel. Let's continue watching the clip. And by the way, this clip and many other clips from Luke Thompson have been taken from an episode he published, which is called 40 plus difficult words to pronounce in English, or something like that. And you can go to Luke's English podcast and check that episode. Of course. Anyway, let's continue.
Colonel Sanders founded Kentucky Fried Chicken. Colonel Sanders founded Kentucky Fried Chicken.
So that's Colonel Sanders founded Kentucky Fried Chicken. Kentucky Fried Chicken. Colonel Sanders founded Kentucky Fried Chicken. KFC.
Colonel Sanders, that's that guy with the beard and moustache and the white, sort of white suit. You see him on the logo for KFC. That's Colonel Sanders. Number 18. Another word that sounds the same, and that's colonel.
Sorry, then he says that there's another word that sounds the same as colonel, as a senior officer, as in a senior officer, you know.
Spelt Kernel, colonel, and in this case a kernel is a nut. It sounds exactly the same. You've got kernel.
So a kernel is a nut, you know, but it sounds exactly the same. as a senior officer, as the word for the senior officer.
Sanders, and then you've got a pine kernel, meaning a pine nut. Same sound. So they are homophones, these words. For example, pine kernels can be delicious.
Right. There you go. So pine kernels can be delicious. Pine kernels can be delicious. So kernels are nuts, right? But colonel, written colonel, that's a senior officer in an army, all right? And as he very well said, these two words are homophones. Remember that I explained to you before what a homophone is? Well, these are two examples of homophones. Before I continue, do you have any questions? Would you like to say something in the chat? Maybe you want to know the pronunciation of a word or of some words, and you're not sure about those pronunciations. Maybe you want to share them with me. If you want to, you can drop them in the chat below, and I can, break down that pronunciation right now, So, let's continue.
Pine kernels can be a delicious addition to a salad.
And there we've got another example. Pine kernels. Can you repeat? Now, pine kernels. You say it. Can be a delicious addition to a salad. To a salad.
Can you say that? Pine kernels can be I can't even say it. Pine kernels can be a delicious addition to a salad. Kernel.
All right. So he says pine kernels can be a delicious addition to a salad. To a salad. To a salad. Why does he say to a salad? And I can break this down in a minute. Just give me 1 second. Yet the thing is that what happens there is that you say to a salad. To is immediately followed by a vowel sound, right? The word to, the preposition to. There you go. And there you go. So that's my... Okay. I can write down there. Okay, so you say... Sorry about this. The word to... The word to can be pronounced... So, sorry. There we go. Let me start again. The word to can be pronounced as well. If you go to the dictionary, this is to, right, with a long oo. To. But in connected speech, when it's right before a vowel sound, vowel sound, like as in this example, can be a delicious addition to is a vowel sound, so the vowel sound schwa, to. So in this case, this is pronounced as to, not to with a long but to. But when to is followed right after by a consonant sound, consonant sound, like for example to the, and in connected speech, of course, no pause in between, you will hear to, the. For example, let's go to the party. Let's go to the party. And this will help you, speak more fluently in English. That's why this is important. So, have you got any questions about this or any other topic? You can drop your comments or questions in the chat below. Let me have a look. Let me have a look at the chats. All right, let's continue. So I hope this explanation was clear to you. And we can even go to YouGlish and check some examples, So, for example, if we go here, YouGlish, where are you? Don't know. It's gone. Should be here. It was here, actually. But we don't know. It's nowhere to be found. YouGlish. Okay, let me try and find it. Well, it's gone. Nowhere to be found. Okay, there you go. That's YouGlish again. Don't know why it got lost. So let's have a look at that. But not
on
Obama.
stage, but every now and again I'd send controls to the audience. So
to the
He is both close to the Virgin and child.
to the Virgin.
If we go back right to the start.
To the start.
All the way back to the year three.
To the year.
That's why I go to the movies. That's why I read mystery stories. That's why I go after girls or any.
Okay, that's not an example. What? To the girls, yeah, the girls, you will say, not the. But that's another example, right? Remember, previously we talked about this. We talked about when to pronounce this word, the definite article, as the or the. Remember that? And by the way, yeah, this is the definite article, and the indefinite article in English is, you know, a and an. A and an. When you say, for example, an apple, I like to eat an apple, or I want to go to a concert, a concert. That's the indefinite article. These are grammatical terms anyway. So let's move on, guys. Let's get rid of YouGlish for a bit, and let's focus on the next example, on the next word. And yeah, guys, if you're enjoying this content, you can first off, you know, give it a like. Give it a like. That helps a lot, you know. That really helps this content stand out, you know, on YouTube. Watch it again. You can come later on and watch it again. That'll really help me a lot. You can subscribe, of course. Yeah, I would say that first subscribe, then like, and then come back again. And if you want even more, you can go to Alex's www.alexadventures in English. Yeah, let me say that again. www.alexadventuresinenglish.com. That's my website. And you can even, and what's more, you can support me. You can support me at ko-fi.com/alexadventures in English. You can buy me a cup of tea, you know, like this one. To support my channel, right? This free content on YouTube. Anyway, let's continue. This is another word I like us to focus on. I'll give you 10 seconds to think about how to pronounce this word. All right. That's shall we watch this clip?
Receipt. Receipt. Receipt.
Receipt. Receipt.
Receipt. Receipt.
Receipt. Receipt. Yeah, that's receipt. Receipt. I can share you the pronunciation shown, both pronunciations shown on screen. British, so the UK.
Receipt.
Receipts. 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 And in the US pronunciation, or the American pronunciation, you know, general American. Remember, we're talking about the standard variety of American English and the standard variety of British English.
Receipt. 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 Receipt.
Okay, that's receipt. It's nearly the same, right? Receipt. Receipt. With a short e, and in the last syllable with a long E. Receipts, receipts, receipts. Okay? So have we got an authentic example of receipt? Well, this is one. Do you want a receipt for your purchase? 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 That's one authentic example I can share with you. But we can go to YouGlish.
Only on those in receipt of free school meals, where the reality is that the
soldiers. And if they accepted, he asked for the correct amount in change and a receipt, which he would.
Okay, that's an example we've got there. So let me share my screen with you.
Retained, and they kept the they accepted. He asked if this was theirs. There was no attempt at subterfuge. And if they accepted, he asked if this was theirs. There was no attempt at subterfuge. And if they accepted, he asked for the correct amount in change and a receipt, which he retained. And
so he asked for the correct amount in change and the receipts, which he retained. And the receipts, and the receipts, I think he says and the receipts, even though the transcript says something else. And the receipts which he retained. Receipts. Okay? That's not, I hope that's not that complicated for you. So. Where are you watching me from, guys? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Subscribe to my channel, Alex's Adventures in English. You'll find it as at Alex Adventures in English. That's, you can see that at the top. Yeah, that's Alex Adventures in English, at Alex Adventures in English. That's on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. Yeah, and on Twitch, you'll find me as at Alex_in_English. Anyway, let's continue. We've got more words to keep discussing. Let's talk about a word that, some words that have silent letters in them. For example, look at this one. This is, how do you pronounce this word? Let me give you 10 seconds. Okay, let me show you now some authentic examples.
As a Greek immigrant and waiter with $50 in his pocket and $10,000 in debt in December.
But I think there is some kind of debt, in a way, to what the Veg-ta-ble prawns it. But I think there is some kind of debt, in a way.
So that's debt. Debt. It's not debt. You know, not debt. You don't pronounce the b. You don't pronounce that letter, that sound. You don't say debt, but debt. Debt. And you can say she paid off her student debt. She paid off her student debt. Okay? That's something you can say. Another word. Let's continue. We've got, look at this one. This is quite interesting, but let me get rid of the YouGlish window on screen. Yeah, that's Luke Thompson. Luke Thompson from Luke's English Podcast. Again, with him. Sorry, Luke. Okay, so this is... How do you pronounce this word, guys? Do you say Feb-roo-ary, Feb-roo-ary? Let's listen to Luke.
Yes. What else? And today, Monday the 17th of February, in mid-February,
Yep, Feb-roo-ary, Feb-roo-ary. He says Feb-roo-ary, Feb-roo-ary, Feb-roo-ary. He doesn't say Feb-roo, Feb-roo, Feb-ra, but Feb-yoo, Feb-yoo, without pronouncing the ra. Feb. There are other pronunciations, I have to say, guys, but here I'm just focusing on this particular pronunciation, which is quite common in the UK, in this accent. Feb-roo-ary, 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 right? Feb-roo-ary, Feb-roo-ary, Feb-roo-ary. And he says...
Yes. What else? And today, Monday the 17th of February.
And today, Monday the 17th of February. Monday the 17th of February, right? 17th of February. So Monday the 17th of February, right? So when we talk about dates like this, 17th, in this case, we say Monday the. In pronunciation, we say the. Monday the 17th of February. But in writing, we don't write the definite article, the, but we only say it out loud. You know, let's watch him again.
Yes. What else? And today, Monday the 17th of February.
There you go. He says Monday the 17th of February. Monday the 17th of February. Right? Perfect. Let's continue. We've got this word. Again. Let's watch another clip.
5 is comb. So that's like a thing that you'd use to comb your hair, or not use in my case.
Comb. Comb. You don't pronounce the final b. Again, you don't pronounce it. You don't pronounce it. You say comb. Comb. Right? Comb. And let's listen to the example he gives us.
5 is comb. So to comb your hair, or not use in my case. Comb your hair, you know, it's like a flat thing made of plastic. Comb your hair like that. A comb. Okay? C-O-M-B, but the B is silent. I'm just combing my hair with a comb. Can you repeat that? I'm just combing my hair with a comb.
All right, let's repeat that. I'm just combing my hair with a comb. 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 Can you say it? I'm just combing my hair with a comb. Right, I'll give you a few seconds. I'm just combing my hair with a comb. Got it? Very good. Okay, just let's go through the next words. Bit, you know, let's hurry up a bit. This is calm, okay? Calm, you don't pronounce the L consonant, you don't say calm, but calm. So try and stay calm. Try and stay calm during the interview. Right? You can repeat after me. Try and stay calm during the interview. Very good. Next one, again, a silent letter. This is not half, but half. Half. I'll have half a sandwich. I'll have half a sandwich, please. That's a bit difficult, right? I'll have half a sandwich. Half a sandwich. So have, the verb to have, but half with a long R. Half a sandwich, please. You can repeat after me. I'll have half a sandwich, please. Very good. Next one. This is Wens-day. Wens-day. You don't say Wednesday, but Wens-day. And this is the phonemic transcription, right? Wens-day. 2 syllables. Wens-day. Wednesday. Wednesday. And an example I can give you is, we have a meeting on Wednesday. Can you repeat it after me? We have a meeting on Wednesday. We have a meeting on Wednesday. Very good. Excellent. Next one. Let's listen to it.
Throughout. Throughout.
That's throughout. 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 Sorry. Again.
Throughout. This means all the way through. Okay? So, for example, squirrels live in this park throughout the year. Throughout. See the W sound in the middle of that? Throughout. Throughout. Okay. 4th is the word.
So throughout, throughout, throughout. And if you narrow your lips too much in through, you'll notice a linking w. That's what Luke mentioned. Throughout, 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 throughout. Squirrels live in this park throughout the year. Right? Throughout the year. Can you say that? Squirrels live in this park throughout the year. Throughout the year. Very good. And yeah, so we've got After that, we've got the word, this word, anaesthetists. Anaesthetists. Repeat after me. Anaesthetists. And the example I can give you is, this is given by Luke Thompson. The anaesthetist explained the procedure. The anaesthetist. Okay? And another word related to this is anesthetician. 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 Double stressed word. Main stress on T. Secondary stress on A. Anesthetician. The anesthetician prepared the equipment. That's the example you can repeat after me. Very good. Next one. Pronunciation. Pronunciation. Right? Pronunciation. That's a double stressed word. Again. Pronunciation. And let me share with you some examples from YouGlish.
Pronunciation tool.
Pronunciation. Pronunciation.
Pronunciation here.
Pronunciation. Pronunciation here. Pronunciation. It's pronunciation. 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 Right? It's not pronunciation, but pronunciation. Pronunciation. Right? Very good. So your pronunciation is improving, you can say.
Consider shows with slower dialogue, clear pronunciation.
Clear pronunciation. Clear pronunciation. Okay? Very good. Next one. Pronounce. Pronounce. Repeat after me. Pronounce. Pronounce.
Weak forms make it easier to pronounce.
Dictionary says you should pronounce them.
Sorry, that's English with Lucy again. So let's listen to that again.
YouTube, and they tend to get a really good response. But what I implied was that if people don't pronounce these,
there you go. Pronounce, pronounce, pronounce. A schwa in the first syllable. Pronounce, pronounce, and it rhymes with the second syllable with the word rhymes with announce, right? Announce, announce, pronounce. Okay. And the last word is from Harry Potter. Let me get rid of that YouGlish thing on screen. Let me get rid of it. There you go. Let's watch the clip.
Have you ever heard of the spell Sectumsempra?
Okay, sorry if you've just sent me a message or if you've sent me a message in the chat and I haven't replied to you. It's the thing is that I've got to dash, because it's a bit late. I've got to, so I'm kind of, I'm hurrying up I'm quite in a hurry, I have to say. So this is Sectumsempra. Sectum with a schwa. Sectumsempra. Pra with a schwa again. Sectumsempra. Sectumsempra. That's the example. Let's listen to it again. Let's watch the clip again.
Have you ever heard of the spell Sectumsempra?
Now let's read and repeat after me, please. Have you ever heard of the spell Sectumsempra? Have you ever heard of the spell Sectumsempra? So how was it, guys? How was it? Okay, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this as much as I did. I really did. I hope you did enjoy this as much as I did, and I hope to see you in my next episode. I hope to see you around in on my channel, right? On Alex's Adventures in English. Did you enjoy it, guys? And where are you watching me from? How was it? Did you have any problems? Did you have any issues with pronunciation? Do you want more practice with other words that I didn't mention today? Because I didn't mention all the words in English, right? So you can let me know. You can drop a comment now in the chat. You can drop a comment or question later on, when this episode is published on YouTube. And what else? You can send me an email to an email to alexadventuresinenglish.com. alexadventuresinenglish.com. That's alexadventuresinenglish.com, if I'm not mistaken. No, what am I saying? Sorry. alexadventuresinenglish at gmail.com. Now that makes sense what I was saying. I was confusing my email with my website, which is www.alexadventuresinenglish.com. That's alexadventuresinenglish. www.alexadventuresinenglish.com. Okay, you can send me an email there. You can visit my website, and you can ask me any questions you want, and you can let me know what words or which words you want me to break down later on in my next episode, maybe. Right? And what else? We've had a lot of fun today. I hope you have a lot of fun too, as much as I did. And I really hope to see you soon. Right? So, yep. Okay, so it's such a pity to end the live stream now. It's a real pity to end it now like this, because I see that some of you are still connected, and yeah, so maybe what we can do is just as a small gift to you, I can give you Okay, I'm going to do this just to kind of do a recap of all the words we discussed today. I'm going to do that in just a minute. Just give me a minute and I'll do it. This is a gift for you for staying there. So this is the first word. First, 1, queue. 2, hierarchy. 3, hierarchical. 4, comfortable. 5, castle. 6, sword. 7, sign. 8, answer. 9, chocolate. 10, vegetable. 11, squirrel. 12, kernel. 13, Worcestershire. 14, receipt. 15, debt. 16, Feb-roo-ary. 17, comb. 18, calm. 19, half. 20, Wens-day. 21, throughout. 22, anaesthetist. 23, Anesthetician. 24, pronunciation. 25, pronounce. And 26, Sectumsempra. Right? So that's it, guys. Thank you very much for being there, for being part of Alex's Adventures in English. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye.